We live. Y'all already know what it is. Football at its best. This is what it is, man. Y'all already know, man. Y'all know me, the merciful man. I'm sitting here with my big dog, J Mac.
What up? What up?
Extraordinaire expertise. Forget all the other things that you heard and all the other shows that you heard. J Mac got what it is and what's going on, man.
Indeed. It's the playoffs. We finally at the playoffs.
Man. Listen, so we here, live in direct action. Me and J Mac gonna run them down, so y'all get ready. It's football all day, man. Football all day. Get your bootstrap together. Go down and get your 6-packs, your 12-packs, your 18-packs. Freeze them up real good. Throw some steaks on the grill. Get everything going because it's football. The playoffs
all weekend long. Make it happen. Make it happen.
You know what I mean? I'm the merciful man, and that's my man J Mac. Run it down, J Mac.
It's good, man. It's good to be back. So we had a couple of weeks off and such with the holidays and everything, but glad to be back and jump right into the playoffs. Now we're down to 14 teams from 32, and then eventually it's going to be coming down to 2 and then 1. So, well, let's make it happen. Got some surprises here. Some people haven't been here in a while, so should be exciting. I'm really looking forward to it.
Most definitely. Let's run it down, man. Let's take it from the top. What we look like.
You tell me, man, which game you want to start with? I guess you want to go with New York, of course. The New York Giants, get that out the way. The NYC has made it back. First time we made it back in about 5 years. I'm glad to be back. I think we put it together. Daniel Jones is playing phenomenal lately, running the ball. I think he has the second least amount of interceptions this year. That's the biggest difference this year for real. Obviously, the Coach Dable has made an adjustment. You see a different fire and brimstone with the Giants. I think they lack a little problems with the secondary is going to be an issue. But,
right.
You know, they're here. They're here, and the slate starts all over again. So it doesn't really matter what you did regular season, matter what you do in these 60 minutes that you're allotted, and make sure you make the most of it. So looking forward to it. We got a rematch here with the Minnesota Vikings, another surprise team this year.
That made it in.
And it's got to be what this game's really going to come down to. I think it's Kirk Cousins. Kirk Cousins has some games that he's freaking brilliant and some games that he's like, what is he doing?
Cousins turns it around.
Yes, and he's got 2 games over 400, which is 400 yards, which is good. I mean, that's Detroit and the Colts and stuff, but at the same time, he's through for like 150, 175 games against, they win, but they can do with it, and it's really up to him. So I think this game really comes down to, can the Giants, who are having issues with their secondary, get to Kirk Cousins and force him into some
Can they get to him?
Can they get to Kirk Cousins before Justin Jefferson and Hockenson, the tight end they got from Detroit? If he could, because he's been a instant asset to them as well. And obviously there's Adam Thielen as well. So you can't double all of them, right? That's 6 people right there out of the defense. So it's really going to come down to, can they pressure Kirk Cousins? And it's decision on the defense side, right? Who are we going to take out? We're going to take out Dalvin Cook from running the ball, or we're going to take out Kirk Cousins from throwing the ball? I think they're going to start with Dalvin Cook because, you can't have him go off because he's explosive as well. But if they can put pressure on Kirk Cousins in the third down, force him in the third down situations, we might have a game here. Came down to a field goal last time, and I think it'll come down to a field goal this time. The Giants are on the road. They do well on the road. They've won a couple of games, clean games, and they won a lot of close games too.
They won a lot of close games.
Right, and they know what the pressure is, being on the road and being in a close game. They can make this happen. I think I'm confident. Do I want to push the button? If money's on the line, do I put my heart into it or not? I'm kind of nervous, but I think whoever wins this game is going to win a close one. And
it's going to be a tight game.
Tight game.
No blowout. It's not going to be no blowout.
No blowout at all. I don't think the Minnesota has it in them. to get blown out. I mean, even after they beat the Giants, or even earlier before that, they went into Dallas and just laid an egg, 40-3. I mean, it depends on who shows up, right? Who's going to show up with all this pressure on them and stuff. They've been having it flying under the radar and stuff and won the NFC North, but the question is who shows up, Kirk Cousins or not the Kirk Cousins? And exactly. I think that if the Giants can get the pressure on, they're young, they're vibrant, they're excited to be there. And I think they can hang in there. Barkley especially. Barkley had a hot start, but I mean, he hasn't been doing great of late.
Cats get different in the playoffs.
Yeah, so hopefully they could get that spark back in him. He hasn't broke 100 yards in a long time since the Houston game. So, hopefully if they get him going, and Daniel Jones, I mean, if he could just keep his head in the game. He doesn't fumble like he used to. He doesn't throw the interceptions like he used to, but he needs help, right? He doesn't have any receivers.
He's got no
receivers whatsoever. We got Richie James and some kid named Steppert or something like that. And who's coming back? We really need that. That it's really affecting me that, we just can't pass the ball. We can't pass the ball. I like the tight end Hillinger. I think he'd be well, but everybody's got to step up and play a game out of their lives. And I think the pressure's on the Giants to do that. If they can hang into the third quarter, they got a shot. But if you just got that one turnover, quick touchdown again situation, and Justin Jefferson, he could go deep anytime he wants to be honest with you, then it's going to be a tight game. I want to lean with the Giants, but, take the bias away and the homer. I think the Vikings might have this one by just a little bit, but because they just got the more experienced guys on offense. Right. The Vikings defense isn't scaring anybody, but the Giants offense doesn't have enough firepower to scare everybody either. So I'm after, I hope I'm wrong, Giants Nation, but I'll take a L on that one for sure. But right now I think I have to lean with the Vikings on this one, unfortunately.
Dallas has laid a goose egg.
Yeah, Dallas, that whole game, that was kind of ridiculous. I mean, it's Dallas, Washington, whatever they want to call themselves. And it was the Washington Super Bowl. They couldn't get into the playoffs as the 7th seed. So they put it all and everything into that.
They put it all to try to stop Dallas.
Right. So Dallas technically had their starters, and Washington had maybe a starter here and there and a secondary, but at a second team. So they were just more pumped up than they were. Exactly. And Dak is on the opposite. Everybody says Daniel Jones. Dak has more interceptions in the league, and he's played 5 less games.
He's got a lot of
interceptions and 5 less games than that. And, it's just everything in the playoffs, everything gets exposed, right? So what you couldn't do all year long is going to be exposed. So this whole Apple turnover, Dak Prescott, that's going to be exposed.
You call him Apple turnover?
Apple turnover. And then this running game that, where is Ezekiel Elliott that everybody knows? I mean, Emmitt Smith is like, take my number off. Switch your number, man. You're embarrassing.
Yeah, because he's oh my God, man.
What kind of game is he having? I can't even look. I'm looking at the stats.
He's a prima donna now.
Yeah, it's like,
he's a prima donna
where are you? He's a shell of himself. I mean, I can't find too many 100-yard games by Ezekiel Elliott. I'm searching, and I'm a pretty good searcher, and I can't find anything. So, I mean, that's going to be critical on that side, too. If they can handle that situation, I don't know. Tampa Bay is not great. They're not the Tampa Bay of 2 years ago, and Tom Brady clearly isn't the man he used to be. But Mike Evans is back. And if you look at that Carolina Panthers game, Mike Evans can just go deep, and he still got it. And it was against J.C. Horn, and J.C. Horn's one of the better corners in the league. And he lit him up for like 103 touchdowns. So if Mike Evans comes out of his shell, of course, it's the Trayvon Diggs. I don't think Trayvon Diggs is the same guy that he used to be either.
But you could never sleep on Tom Brady.
Tom Brady, yeah. Yeah, I mean, but he just doesn't have it. I think he's got to get as much orange juice out of these apples that he's given. You know what I mean? And he's got that tight end, Otto.
Right.
He's good.
Right.
And Goodwin come back? We're not sure. Julio Jones been missing all year.
All year. He's been
as well as the running game. You know, Leonard Fournette been missing all year too. So who steps up is the question. Tom Brady owns the Cowboys, though. He's 7-0 against the Cowboys.
He owns them.
But it's going to come down to the Cowboys have to blow them out. Just put it that way. If Mike McCarthy has to coach, they're in trouble.
Right.
As simple as that. This
Right.
comes down to the wire. It's Tom Brady all the way. Dak Prescott will find a way to mess up. If not, then they have to go with that. I'm going to go with the going back and forth with it all week, just thinking about it, putting it together and putting it out in the universe. I think Tom Brady's going to have to pull it off. And there's going to be some things in question.
I'm going with Tom Brady.
I mean,
Dallas anyway. I'm going with Tom Brady.
I'm just from the standpoint of, okay, if you're going into the playoffs and you got a weaker opponent, you should not look like what Dallas looked like last week.
No,
you should be sharp, crisp, boom, 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 run the score up. Everybody's off the field by third quarter, all the starters at least. I would expect like 27 points, but I didn't see any execution right. I didn't see anything. Do they have a crisp practice in a short week? We'll see. I don't know. Right. But right now, I'm going to have to lean with Tampa Bay.
Healed up enough to come out and get busy.
Right. And this game better not come down to the wire because Tom Brady's just Tom Brady. And I'll take Tom Brady over Dak Prescott. Apple turnovers showing.
Right, I'll take him over that. Yeah, you got to do that.
You got to. I mean, it's possibly in his head. It is probably in all their heads. Zeke Elliott as well, and Tony Pollard's been doing okay, but they figured out Tony Pollard by now. So who are they gonna do with? So I don't know.
They figured out Tony Pollard. He's not a secret no more.
He's not a hidden weapon.
They know the routes that he runs. They know what he can do on the court. They're gonna put one-on-one individuals when they see him coming out the backfield. They're gonna put one-on-one individuals on him. They're gonna neutralize him. And if you neutralize him, what they got?
Nothing.
He's their go-to guy.
He is, and he has to go off. And I'm sure by now Todd Bowles has figured that out. Like, look, we got to stop Tony Pollard. Forget Ezekiel Elliott. We got to stop CeeDee Lamb, and everything else should be gravy. We put pressure on Dak. We got those three done. Tampa Bay's defense, despite all the stuff that been put in some bad situations by Tom Brady and the turnovers on the offense, the defense has always been stagnant. So I have to go with their thing. Dallas defense was hot in the beginning, led the league in sacks. Everybody's coming at you. That's fine. But I think, obviously they're going to counter with that, have double tight ends, make sure somebody's chipped at the line. I don't think Micah Parsons is just going to have a freeway to Tom Brady, and neither is Dexter Lawrence. So I think they're going to capture that, and perhaps they could pull this off. I think I'll take the Buccaneers, I guess.
All day, I'm taking the Buccaneers all day on that. Forget Dallas.
So since we got the two NFC games, let's get the third one. I mean, there's not much to talk about with that one, right? The 49ers have won 9 games in a row.
Oh, we got this guy. Debo, baby.
They got Debo Samuel's back. They got the guy.
Debo is back.
Brock Purdy, that quarterback. Everybody, and they're flying somehow low under the radar, letting everything happen. Lo and behold, we won 9 in a row, 5 with this guy Brock Purdy, who's more than a manager of the team. And bam, we're in the playoffs, and we're looking good. I think they're quietly they're going to be the silent dude who slips into the.
Debo is back.
It's too much offense, man. On paper, off paper, they just got too much offense. Who steps up? Greg Kittles. He's going to have a hot day. Then you got to stop McCaffrey. Then you got to stop Debo. Then you got to stop Ayuk. Anybody could go off. Anybody. At any time. So who they going to stop? And then Wilson backs up. McCaffrey and their defense is just locked solid.
Right.
Their defense been locked solid all year. Nobody scores on these guys.
No, they not.
win anything. So I don't know what the weather is like in San Francisco, but the Seahawks was a good story with Geno Smith. And I know that was good. He started hot and probably got one of the comeback player of the year nominations and stuff, but everybody kind of figured him out. They played twice already. They beat them twice, hands down. I mean, there's no surprises. They hate each other, and it's going to be a tough fight. It might be nip and tuck, fighting and screaming, and Pete Carroll's probably going to throw the sink at everybody. But
yeah, he definitely.
But I can see Geno turning it over at a couple of times when he's not supposed to, deep in the third, or sometimes on a drive, and he'll just throw it in interceptions. So I'm gonna go with the Niners here, and I think the Niners will win easily, to be honest with you.
I'm going with the Niners all day on this one because my man Debo back. I'm going with the Niners all day, man.
I hear you.
And they're gonna shut these cats down.
Yeah, I think they'll shut them down real good too. Can you hear me? Sorry.
I can hear you.
So yeah, they can shut these guys down definitely. Everything should be fine on that side, and the Niners should be able to pull that out, no problem.
Niners is taking that no problem, man. I'm telling you, man.
So switching that over to the AFC, I think the AFC with no problem should be the Bills. The Bills should have no problem with the Dolphins whatsoever. The Dolphins are their third string quarterback, second string running back.
The Bills is playing off emotions anyway, so whoever they're going to play.
Oh, yeah. So they got number 3 going all day. So it's really going to be, hey, let's go ahead and do that. And, they're going to try to win it for Hampton. And obviously, they're going to put everything. The crowd's going to be crazy. The Dolphins have lost, 9 games in a row with the temperature under 33 degrees. It's supposed to be 30 in Buffalo, so I don't think they're gonna win this one either.
In Buffalo, you can just crush them right off the situation. They've been in the sun. They got soft hands. They got soft hands, and they are not prepared for that type of weather.
Right.
Or nothing.
They need to go back to the drawing board and try to get home field advantage next year. Because if they can't play in the cold, you're in trouble. You can't play in Kansas City or Buffalo. Then it's Kansas City or Buffalo, then you got a problem. So you're gonna have to learn to toughen up or get home field advantage, one or the other, because that's where the road's going through next couple of years.
I'm going with Buffalo all day on that one. Buffalo gonna take them down. Buffalo's playing with a whole different situation, a whole different vibe. They going in there and it's gonna be a problem. Whoever they see, they gonna stomp them to the ground. That game is over. I feel sorry for Miami, but back to the drawing board for Miami. They're going fishing. Get the fishing rods out.
Get the fishing rods out. They put up a good fight. They showed it. Tua's gonna have to figure out what's going on with these concussions.
Right.
Can he handle the life in the NFL? You can't be tapping everybody gets hit, right? I mean, it's a lot. And I get it with the concussions and all that, but if you keep getting hit like that and you can't take it, eventually it's a sign, right? That's been from Troy Aikman on down that you have to get things going. If a quarterback can't take a hit, there's nobody. It's not flag football. So they're going to have to make a decision that what's either going to have to put up some more weight or something, but something's got to happen that he'd be able to sustain these hits.
Exactly.
It's getting kind of tragic every other week and stuff.
I think Tua need to step down anyway.
You think so?
I think he needs to listen. He need your life is more important than anything. You have many concussions. Forget about your play. You can play football. We understand you can play football, but them concussions are going to leave you done off. And if you keep getting them consistently, like you're getting them, like Holmes, it's time to find another line of work.
Yeah. If you can't hit it, if you can't take it, you just can't take it. That's one thing. But it's another thing to make sure that you can cover yourself in a certain way. And these games they ain't gonna get any lighter. The guys are gonna get more athletic and faster, as the SEC has shown us that that kids are coming out of college faster and faster and faster. So
he's
got to make a decision one way or the other, definitely.
Sooner than later.
Yeah.
Sooner than later.
Another team that I think it should have no problem is the Bengals. The Bengals are the AFC bully, as they call them, man. They were in the Super Bowl last year. They are scary because what's the name? Chase is back. Once he's back, that's lights out. So Perrine was running the ball while Joe Mixon is out. Joe Mixon's back. So they got depth in the running back. And Chase is back as well. Jermaine Chase is back. So what are you going to do? What are you going to do? You stop the run, you're going to stop the pass. They're scary.
Bengals are scary.
And Joe Burrow's got a chip on his shoulder. They had a tough start. Everybody laughed at them. They started like 1-2. They got embarrassed in Dallas like week 3 or something like that. And they're like, you know what? We're going to take this by storm and just run through these people. And they got a chip on their shoulder. And one of the things, the most dangerous thing is to find somebody who has a chip on their shoulder at this time in the playoffs. Because everything's magnified. Like I said, everybody's going to go crazy. Everything's magnified. Everything's amplified. All your weaknesses, all your strengths, they're going to try to counter your strengths and expose your weaknesses. That's just how everything's done.
I'm saying,
and right now, the Bengals are like, bring it. We AFC champions right now. Bring it. Bring what you can. Show us what you got. But we're not here just to be happy. They're trying to get back to the Super Bowl, and not only get back to the Super Bowl, win that Super Bowl.
If the defense can't get to them,
no.
If the defense can't get to this dude Burrows, then you're gonna lose.
Yeah, and Burrows is like not, he's not like, they're not taking us seriously enough. They don't look at us seriously. But Burrows can light it up, man. They take 338, 286, 200, 355. Man, he can light it up against Pittsburgh. He threw for 355 yards. Pittsburgh's defense isn't that bad.
Clip.
Yeah, and he's out the whole clip. And this whole thing about Buffalo, they get the chance to play against Buffalo, and now we got to see what happens and stuff. But if they meet, it's on. It's on and popping. It's on and popping. And that's what I think they want to do. They want to show everybody we didn't get into the Super Bowl last year by fluke. We're here for serious. We got a defense that's sound. We got a running game and a passing game, and we got Joe Burrow. So let's go.
So let me ask you a question. So that game that they didn't play, right? What happens with that?
It's going to get canceled, and so they decided, look, if Buffalo and the Chiefs meet, we're going to put it for the AFC Championship. We're going to go ahead and put it in a neutral site, which is Atlanta, which I don't understand how that's neutral, but okay. So they got.
I'm talking about the game that they didn't finish playing.
So they're not going to play it. They didn't have time to put it in the schedule.
Right.
They're just going to have an arbitrage. They have one less game. So really, it came down to if Buffalo and the Chiefs were fighting for home field advantage. Cincinnati was kind of out, I think, because of just one of the tiebreakers or whatever.
Right.
So because of Buffalo and Chiefs, if they do meet and we didn't decide home field advantage because Buffalo didn't play that game, we're going to put it in a neutral site. So they're going to put it into Atlanta. They're going to play on the Mercedes-Benz field out in Atlanta.
Let me tell you something. And if they playing somewhere warm, I'm going with the Chiefs. If they had to play in Buffalo, it was going to be dicey.
Yeah, I can see you saying that because really it was really come down to Buffalo was trying to get home field advantage because they know how to play. Buffalo's good, but Buffalo's problem is they got to figure out who's their number 2 receiver and who's their number 2 running back.
If they play,
and their number 2 running back should be Josh Allen. Right now, it's not Josh Allen. Josh Allen runs the ball too much.
Josh
quarterback
Allen
in the NFL.
Number 2 running back for that team.
Exactly. Somebody else got to step up to the plate and play number 2 running back because you don't want your quarterback out there. And who's backup of the Bills? I don't know. He can get lit up, and then next thing you know, you got some guy from freaking Fresno State that's been sitting on the bench all year long, and you don't know what to do and throw them in a playoff situation.
I'm telling you, if they don't got to play in Buffalo, if they're going to play somewhere warm, I'm going with KC.
KC, I can see you saying that, and I understand totally because KC, they're just a track show. They remind me of the Rams back in the day. It's just like anybody, whoever gets the ball first, they going for the end zone. It's like everybody said they'd take a step back with losing Tyreek Hill. I didn't think what's his name was going to stay. Valdez Scanley. I didn't think he would step up. I didn't think the other guy was Juju Smith-Schuster. I didn't think he was going to step up either, but they both did.
Listen,
Kelsey's Kelsey. He gets the majority of the pie. But they got like 3 running backs coming out the backfield. It's crazy.
He's got at least 5 weapons.
Yes, and they like you can't double. Everybody got 5 deep. 5 people can catch the ball at any given time. So that's 5 receivers, 2 running backs, 3 receivers, and the line, and Mahomes. And who are you going to cover? How you going to play zone? You can't play zone on that because Kelsey going to just go in the middle, go deep all day long. And that's what he's been doing. Kelsey leads the league in tight end touchdown. It's just ridiculous that they're going. We'll have to see how it plays out. We want to just jump ahead, but KC is kind of a favorite to make it. I think the Bills. We'll have to see. I mean, I ain't go all the way and say who's on the Super Bowl, but the Bills are on a mission. But if they do meet, I think I don't know. That game's going to be a lot, and I think Jared Allen's going to go off. He's going to remember last year. He said, "I'm not even going to put us in no overtime position. We're just going to light up the scoreboard. We don't have no running game, but we're going to just light up the scoreboard, and KC's going to have to outdo it."
He's playing with more weapons this time than he played with them last time.
That's true. That's true, and they got deeper. But I think this guy, Gerald Davis, I think the wide receiver's name is, he's got to step up. Because obviously everybody Diggs is going to get all the attention. So they have to have Davis and the tight end Knox got to really step up and see. But I think with this easy game against the Dolphins, they got to get them involved, both of them, to prepare them for a later game in the season and stuff. That they have to make sure that they're capable mentally and the mental toughness now, because that's what you need in these 60 minutes. You need a mental toughness to go through everything. So that's what it is.
It's gonna be a serious situation, but like I said, I'm going with KC.
Okay, I hear you. I got the Bills, like the final thing in the Super Bowl. I got the Bills against the Niners. I think that would be the matchup, but we'll see. We'll take it 1 week at a time. Got a shout out to the Jacksonville Jaguars. They back in effect, and they are in the prime time again. I think the Chargers come down, can make a cross-country trip, and I'm looking forward to a shootout tonight, to be honest with you. I think Travis Lawrence has made a thing. They made a comeback. They got to be comeback team of the year, for real. Travis Lawrence has finally figured it out. Etienne is a great running back. And the Giants' ex-tight end, Evan Ingram, is even making some noise. So I think they got a chance to make it and light up the scoreboard. Justin Herbert, I'm not sure if, They did something stupid. They played all their starters. Now Mike Williams is hurt. He's going to be hurt for at least the playoffs. And I think that might affect the game tonight. I think it should be a shootout. It should be in the 40s, back and forth. But, can they stop Austin Eckler? That's the question. Austin Eckler's just been doing it every week. Every week. He's fantasy player of the year, I think. I didn't do the numbers yet, but I'm sure he's up there in the top 5. Every week he produces. So they just run the ball and run down your throats. And I think that's what's going to be the key difference with the Chargers being able to upset the Jacksonville Jaguars tonight.
Right.
I think the Jaguars got the numbers. They can put up the numbers. I like Zay Jones as one of their key third string receivers who makes a lot of noise. But I think Austin Eckler is going to be the difference in the X factor in this game.
I'm going with the Chargers on that one. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm going with the Chargers on that one.
Going with the Chargers, okay? Yeah, because even though they made this cross country trip, they're older, they're wiser, and there's gonna be some first time jitters for the Jacksonville Jaguars.
First time jitters for this dude. You know what I mean? Like, I'm that's the only reason. And I'm not doubting him because they was a sleeper. They came back and doing some other things. So I'm not, but I'm just saying, like, I see the Chargers got everybody's there.
Right,
everybody's
right.
there. Everybody's there.
And they're locked in, and they got Khalil Mack also to make noise.
That's what I'm trying to say.
Khalil Mack is he's gonna introduce himself tonight to Mr. Etienne, and we're gonna see how that goes. I don't think it's gonna go well for Mr. Etienne, but we'll see. Etienne can run the ball now, though. He was great in Clemson. He didn't have a chance. He got hurt last year, his rookie year, but I think he's got a chance to really prove himself tonight. And we'll see what happens with that one.
Yeah, we're gonna see what happens with that. I'm going with the Chargers on that one. I see, like, I think it's gonna be a strong game, but I think it's gonna be 20-something to 20-something. You know what I mean? It ain't gonna be no big giant score, but it's gonna be like 20-something to 20-something because
you think?
Jaguars ain't gonna lay down. They're not gonna lay down.
Oh, they ain't gonna lay down. Neither team's gonna lay down. But I think the difference is going to be Khalil Mack and Etienne. That battle right there is going to make the difference.
That's going to be a monster battle.
Yeah. So, and then on the other side, I don't think anybody's there to stop Austin Eckler. So I think the Chargers should be able to pull this one out.
Exactly. So, man, we got a full table on this one, man.
Yeah, man. Yeah. So let's try to meet up again. Probably halftime. They got a Monday night game. So if you want. We'll have a recap on Monday night at the halftime of the Dallas-Tampa Bay. We'll see how that game's going and give analysis on that and the rest of the games for sure.
Let's make it happen.
Sounds great, man. Always a pleasure, Mr.
Always,
Merciful.
man.
Always. Playoffs, man. Enjoy. Get your popcorn. Get your steaks. How we going with tonight? Steaks or hamburger, hot dog, wings? What we doing?
Yeah, man. Listen, man. We putting it all on the grill, man. I'm in Atlanta right now.
Oh, so you good. You lovely then. Okay.
I'm in Atlanta right now. We doing it all. We're gonna do it real crazy, man. But we gonna make, because it's football, man, and the whole city is going crazy.
Yeah, get some AFC Championship tickets, man, just in case. We'll be live from Atlanta in a couple of weeks.
It's the playoffs, man, and we all the way in.
And we in there.
I'm the Merciful, and we got my man J Mac, man, and as always, man, he give it to us play by play, blow by blow. Make sure y'all check the McKenzie report. Is real. It's not no fluke. Check the McKenzie report. It's going to give you all your things that you need for your fantasy football, for your regular football, and just to fill your bowl up with an understanding of the game, man. And that's just what he do, man. The McKenzie report. Don't forget it. Check it out online, everywhere. The McKenzie report is there. Go on your Facebook and look it up. I'm telling you, it will benefit you in the long run. You know, I'm the Merciful, and I run with my man J Mac, man, and we do this like it's supposed to be done. Playoff football. We see y'all Monday night. J Mac, run them out of here, man.
I deeply appreciate all that you do for me, Mr. Merciful, for sure, man. Definitely playoffs. Definitely see y'all on Monday night. Can't wait. Enjoy.
Enjoy, baby. We out of here.
See ya.